Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is on um, why pedals are I'm going to leave the statement pedals are overrated, but that's not necessarily I believe in that, like, on a base level, and we'll go into it. So, like, before you might hate on me, because I know the title of this video will be pedals are overrated. I'm not like some Joe Bonamassa where I think, like, if you use pedals, you make yourself a bad guitar player. Even though I do understand his point, is if you didn't know, basically a while ago he said that, like, oh yeah, using guitar effect pedals makes you a bad guitar player due to the fact that some guitar players may rely on it and it doesn't bring out their full potential as a guitarist and the notes they're playing, which I understand, and but everyone's different. I believe you use pedals as an expression. It is there to enhance and exemplify your notes. I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't rely on it necessarily. I think if you rely on it, it doesn't become so much a guitar that you're listening to. It becomes more of an effect, and I think that sort of then goes more into almost electronic music, with synths and, like, if you think like ring modulators and, like, like a very very extreme kind of warping of sound, and when you have all the octaves, and it reminds me of like MIDI and everything like that. A digital, like, completely digital programmed things. I think maybe that's what he was trying to go with. That's what I think. I don't think, that's not so much guitar. It has guitar elements, but anyway, off topic. Um, so basically, the point in the video that I'm trying to say is, no, guitar pedals are not overrated. However, um, I think people should learn to use onboard like controls and effects, if you may say, already on their guitar. So, like, um, so basically just using the standard volume and tone and pickup selector in your guitar. You may see some, I watch like a I watch like a rig rundown, and you'll see people with two massive, multiple massive boards, absolutely full, like, at least like half a meter, with three rows of pedals all stacked and stuff like that. And I've seen it happen. It's maybe sound I feel like just one is ridiculous, but two, uh, you know, is a world I could never imagine myself being in, having that many. I personally is like, I want to plug in, I want to play. I don't want I don't want loads of controls and lots of things to be messing around with. I just want a sound that I like. A distortion, a clean, and maybe some other pedals, and then that's it. And and I can't imagine having all these different things. So not that that's the average guitar player, but they do exist, and then maybe there are, you know, guitar effects, like, addicts, if you want, if you want to say. I don't know, I'm maybe being a bit harsh, but anyway. So here I have my Washburn guitar, um, and this is your standard guitar layout. So, two pickups, a pickup select 3-way pickup selector, one volume, one tone. So now, already there is tons of potential I could do in terms of my sound. So, first off, pickup selector. This can be easily influenced, by your pickup height, by the pole pieces of the pickup. On this bottom, these are Seymour Duncans. Not all pickups are like this, but there is a large selection. Your pickup, your poles of the pickup, you can turn them up and down. These can really affect your tone. in a good way and a bad way, of course. Generally, if they're higher, um, you know, if the pickups are higher to the string, they got my neck pickup is really far down, which I'll get to. Um, the sorry, if the pickup's really high, it will have a louder output and more gain typically, and I think generally a bit of a bassier thing. I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember, but anyway, you can really dial in a specific tone. You know, if you feel like you're not getting enough clarity with your highs or enough, you know, if you're using like quite a bassy fuzz or something like that, you know, just bring up the pickup or the individual pole pieces. That is something that people should really pay attention to. So when you see people using EQ pedals or using lots and lots of distortion, maybe this is what you need. You know, I'm not saying like obviously using distortion and lots of different flavors to distortion is bad. Using EQ is bad, but it's like people don't go out there and waste your money on a pedal you don't need when you could solve it. That's what the key. That's what the message of this video is. Do not buy unnecessary pedals. That's what the message is. Yes, pedals are great. You can really enhance your playing and have lots of creative juices and inspiration, but do not buy unnecessary pedals. Do not buy another flavor of pedal because you feel what you're getting isn't. Don't get a new EQ pedal because you're not getting what you want. So that's one thing. Other one is just change your pickup. Like I said, you can really dial in a tone you might like for your neck pickup and your bridge pickup. Instead of buying EQ pedal, just switch. Just switch. You know, it's not a difficult thing. Many guitar players do it. And I would say then also maybe I encourage using the neck pickup or the middle pickup. That's not something done. It's usually the bridge pickup, which I understand. It's the gainiest, it's the highest out there. But maybe you could just spice things up a song or something like that in your recording. So yeah, that's one thing. And this also includes for people that buy multiple amps as well. Like some they have an AB switcher, they'll have different amps, which you know is fine. It gives a different clean tone, but what you could just switch. That's also or it not just switch, but switch and change your volume or your tone. So like make it a bit more bassy, make it a bit more trebly. It's simple as that. And if you have a two-tone, two-volume, you can really dial in a good tone. On your middle pickup, you can if you do have two-volume, two-tone, I would suggest you do that. Play on your middle pickup, and have your bridge, and dial in your neck how you like it. Just a little bit, it just adds some more character, as opposed to just a raw bridge. You can dial in the tone just slightly, make it a bit bassier, make it a bit, whatever. Have the neck pickup with the volume lower, so you are mainly still hearing the bridge pickup, but just a little edge of it. I think that's something people should do. And then with the volume as well, this is something. If you have a really only certain distortion pedals will do this. But if you have a really high distortion pedal, don't go out and then just buy an overdrive pedal. All you have to do is just turn down your volume, and it works particularly with like P90s and maybe things that don't compress as much, like single coil. But that's a good option. And because if you like the EQ characteristics of your current oh, I'm in the dark. Hang on. If you like the I'll keep talking. If you like the current EQ characteristics of your of your current distortion. All you have to do then is just roll it down, and you still have all the EQ, just with a little less gain. It might change it a little bit, in some ways, but that's okay. It's just make do with what you've got, and there's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, that's the point. Also, what you can do with the volume, I can remember when I was, because look, this all starts from when I was a younger guitar playing, and I would want all these pedals, I would want all these different sounds, two-tone, two volume, and I get to it, and I realize this is not what I want at all. I want a really simple thing, one pickup, one pedal, plug and play, that sound alike, and not have to worry about it. I found out that actually experimenting with lots of different sounds at once isn't really my thing. I like to do it occasionally and off the off chance, but generally, I just think, oh, I know what I like and that's what I want, and nothing more. So I used to want a tremolo pedal, to be specific, a Stone Deaf Trematron, and they're very unique. They are essentially two tremolo pedals in one, so you can layer them, and it's very interesting stuff. But when I come to think of it, there's not many applications I would use it. So why do I spend over £200 on it? Just use your volume. Just use your volume on your guitar. Just for, the end of the song. I would have only used it at the beginning, maybe very specific, like breakdowns of a song. I wouldn't have had it while I was playing. Personally, I don't know if anyone else has this, but tremolo, hearing it isolated just with a guitar, it hurts my head. Like the whoa 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 thing. It hurts my head. I don't like listening to it. Here I have my light back, but just at the beginning of a song or at the end of a song, just play, and then you just move it back and forth, and it gives a nice building up effect, building down effect, breakdown in the middle of a song, and yeah, and it's easy as that. It's something you don't really see as much, I would say. I mean, you see it, but it's maybe not as much as you could. Just an idea. Use your volume. It's important. Furthermore, maybe if you would buy a noise gate, just turn your volume on your guitar down. Sometimes that fixes it. Obviously, or turn your gain down on your pedal, but obviously I understand liking lots of gain. So yeah, another one. Like this guitar, obviously not all guitars. This is just specific to some, but this guitar has. Oh, wrong one. A push pull feature. So maybe instead of buying another guitar with single chords, obviously I understand the authenticity and the actual proper mechanics behind it, but if you're doing it just because you want to feel like you have a bit of a different tone, sort of the same thing with an EQ pedal, just do that, completely different. And then with that you can then mix in your neck pickup with it and see how that sounds. So maybe you only use your neck pickup for when you have the single chord bit engaged, and then you go back to your bridge when you have the humbucker. just use the sound you have, and this is a simple guitar as well. This, maybe aside from the push pull, but generally this is most standards. This is like a quite minimalistic approach. So yeah. Also with the pickup selector, like I said, my neck pickup is really low down. This isn't a new thing, but with the tremolo thing, if you like a stutter effect, just put your neck pickup all the way down, and you switch. That's what Tom Morello does with his blue Strat that he has with the Floyd Rose, I'm pretty sure. That's how he does the Balls on Parade thing and stuff. He didn't have a kill switch, he just uses that. He uses that as a kill switch. Which I would suggest, that's a good idea. Use what you have. If you don't use a neck pickup for tones, you can do it for that. Now I have done my modded Telecaster, which I use. This does have a little bit more, I suppose, this has a kill switch, so I can really get this stutter thing, and then it allows me to use all the other pickups when I would want it. So instead, the limitation of using the neck pickup, or as a tremolo stutter effect, it means you can't then use it as a tone. Maybe you just want to use this, and I'll tell you what is so easy. You don't need any practice. You open up, or in this case it would be the pick guard or the control panel. You open it up, and it's two soldering joints. Soldering is easy. It's not a problem. You just solder it to the output and the volume, and that's the kill switch then done. Maybe you have to drill a bit out for where it has to go, but that's it. Easy. Then again, I have my volume, I can do the same thing, but then 3 pickups, I added a third pickup. So now I have, with a 5-way selector, 5 different sounds. Now, admittedly, I wouldn't ever use 5 different sounds, but some people could, Some people could have 5. I'm pretty sure Jay Massix of Dinosaur Jr., he has like multiple distortions. And it's like, well, you could just kind of, roll your volume up and down, change pickup, and you'd be able to get a different kind of sound. Obviously not all the same. Some will do something quite different than the other, but maybe you could cut down on 1 or something, or 2. And and again, these guitars that I showed you aren't even the most extreme. You have maybe your Mustangs where you can go in and out of phase, or even, I don't actually know if this goes in and out on phase. I don't know if I wired it that way. It works. It goes like, that position, the last position is the bridge pickup, then that's position, the middle and bridge, and then that's all of them, and then, but I don't know if it's out of phase like on a Strat. On a Strat, you can then have your tones there, go in and out of phase, going in and out of phase, just lots of different sounds that not enough people use. And before you might go out thinking, oh, I need so and so pedal, maybe just try it with your controls if you can get a desirable tone already. Don't get a overdrive if you already have a high. Obviously, some distortion pedals don't clean up, but if they do, just use that. Don't buy an EQ pedal. Try different things. Even try just different pickups as well. Maybe you want a more compressed sound, so go to a highly compressed humbucker. Maybe that's not everyone's thing, but it's an option. And it's just, I advocate for spending as little money as you can, and just if you can help it, don't waste it. Don't buy a whole new guitar because you want a Strat different, like a single coil sound. If you can, either just put a single coil in your guitar, or if you have humbucking, tap cordable pickups, use that. If you want a different tone, pickup selector, pickup height, tone, it's just something to consider. Tremolo, stutter effect with a pickup switch, or just volume. Obviously it has limitations. You can't then switch, and you can't be playing while doing that with a constant attack. But it's just something that I think people should be more considerate of, maybe. And obviously I don't think your guitar should be doing everything. Your guitar shouldn't be its own effect pedal, like its effect board, which some MIDI guitars can do. And also I've seen some of the more I've seen some of the BC Rich guitars. That's the one that comes to my head off the top of my head. Whatever. It has many switches, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think it's like a preamp, and it has lots of different flavors, which someone might want, but if you want it, then use all of it. Just don't then go out and buy a boost pedal and do this and do that. Maybe that's another thing. Maybe you could get your neck pickup sounding quite desirable, and then you switch your bridge, and it almost acts like a boost or something like that. It's just, that's my point. Just use what you got. Don't waste your money. Don't get a new amp. Don't don't get a new guitar. maybe maybe just get into modding or something like that. Um, switch your pickups out or something like that. That's just my point. I hope that maybe this would have brought some light to someone. If you want maybe more information, watch the Pedal Zone, like 10 ways to use your controls or something. They bring up some good points. Because I don't think enough people do use their controls, and I think it's easy just to go to effects pedal when you want a new sound, maybe without really experimenting with what you've got already, and with your amp as well. If you have an amp with effects pedals, maybe just try using that. Obviously, again, I know it has its limitations, it can't really dial in the specific thing, but if it has there, use it. Just get a foot switch from it. It's a lot cheaper. It is a lot cheaper, and it's utilitarian, which is kind of generally what my general philosophy is. Um, yeah, and if it has different voicings as well. Personally, that's not, like I said previously, that's not what I like. I would purposely go out of my way to get an amp that has no voice, like just one input and no effects, not even reverb. I would just prefer to get a actual reverb pedal. Um, which goes against my point in some way, but it's what I'm willing to do. It's just reverb isn't something I really use, even when I have it. Yeah, the reasons why I want to get reverb is different. It's not about utilitarianism and everything like that. But it's just all I'm saying, if you have chorus, phaser, flanger, you try using it. Obviously, you can't be using so many at once and stuff like that, and I understand, but just use what you've got. And if you've got maybe a digital, like a modeling pedal, which I had, just really experiment with the sounds and find out the sounds that you do like, and don't maybe spend lots of money and then end up finding you don't like these sounds and you just kind of waste money. You get a modeling pedal, which is maybe what put me into this belief kind of early on, that I wanted actually as little as possible, and I didn't like having all these sounds. When I had a modeling pedal, I would only use two things. I would never, I'd switch over them like once, and I kind of found out what they did, and then it's like, well, okay, cool. So yeah, I think that concludes it. I think I've dragged it on long enough. Don't buy unnecessary things. Don't obviously do buy pedals. Express yourselves through it, but don't buy things maybe you're unsure of, or things that can be done already. That's all it is. Buy pedals as long as you've experimented and put your current rig to its fullest potential. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Um, uh, yeah, I'll see. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. See, yeah, okay.